what's up everybody, it's Bergerac, and we need to have yet another conversation about Just a Robot because I am convinced he mentally is not capable of being online anymore. So Jar was a part of a private call that was leaked because he thought he wasn't being recorded, and he actually was, as he is in any call that he goes into, where he basically has a breakdown in front of somebody he barely knows and doesn't like him because he feels like the internet's against him right now, and he claims to not understand why. I think that there is a lot that we are dismissing in terms of him being extremely autistic. He's said it many, many times, and we know that he is because he has shown a lot of signs of just being really deep into the spectrum. There's not really anything inherently wrong with that, and I'm not saying that to make fun of him, but if he is sitting here and saying to this person he doesn't know or like in tears that he feels like everyone's against him and he just doesn't know what he's doing wrong, I think he needs to not be on the line anymore. At the very least, he needs to not be in the drama space.
I'm really, okay, let me get my emotions under control. I've always strived, like, I put myself at risk for Princess Elizabeth and 10, 12 years ago. And what good did it do? She still got banned, and she still got hate. When I told him, like, I need to not sound confident, I need to make it clear she's not innocent, I was like, fuck yes, this will be the clincher, but doesn't seem like people are even bothering watching the video, or they just don't believe me, and after everything, I don't know. Whether it's truth or it's a lie, it sounds the fucking same.
Yeah.
I know. And that's why I hate being in this situation so much.
That's fair.
Jar has always had a very strong opinion about everything that he talks about. He's very black and white about stuff. He can be pretty abrasive. He can be edgy. He used to be into that really anti-woke shit, and he's maintained a lot of those feelings. He has changed a bit in that regard, but you can see in his videos that he's just a really opinionated dude. He gets very defensive when people try to criticize him or point out things he's doing wrong, as he does with Yen in this call, and he'll be dismissive of these criticisms as well.
Look, I can be blunt and say what you have done, whether intentionally or not. Okay, in terms of what has been put out there, you have defended a child groomer with a video that you have put out onto a public platform. You have harassed people who didn't want to speak to you at a convention. Now,
oh, okay. I'm all right. Let's see the evidence for that. I'm sure there's plenty. I'm sure plenty of like videos of me running after them. Let's see it.
Okay, listen, and again, I can be like, I'm being general here, right? And that is like you wanting to go up to these people and be around them when they did not want to spend time with you. If you want me to be more specific, right? I think.
Oh, okay, and then a year of fucking. Sorry, I want to keep my emotions in check. Sorry,
But when it comes to him pointing out other people's mistakes, it is, again, black and white. Whatever they're doing, it is wrong, full stop, if that's the thing they're doing. He doesn't really give any grace for it unless you're on his side, and then all of a sudden the definitions of things change. So a prime example of this is prior to this private call, he was in a Discord chat with like a bunch of other people in this server. He is trying to basically give his personal interpretation of what being attracted to kids is, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. He's using it to defend Senny, you know, the person that Jar put his whole career on the line for because he thought her art avatar was cute.
But is she a pedophile?
I don't think so. She's a groomer and a predator, but not a pedo.
I'm not even trolling. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard, Jar.
Look, I never expected that to happen. I've never even heard of someone else dealing with something like that.
Have you read it since?
How can someone groom a minor and not be a pedophile?
You can't. No, they weren't grooming them to get with them or to get nudes of them.
But that doesn't matter. They were using sexual gain, right? They were sharing like Sans. What was it, Sam? Sans from Undertale abuse porn.
Yeah, you can get that from anyone. Like that's not like Lolly or Shota. That's not like pedo.
What do you mean
stuff.
you can get it? But they were
you can get like anyone
with sexual purpose.
So that's why a lot of people have been saying it?
Yes!
The way that he is viewing Cindy's actions is that even though Cindy sent porn to a child, to a minor online, that doesn't mean that Cindy is a PDF file. It means that Cindy is just a groomer who was just horny with everybody. And unfortunately, this time it happened to be a minor. And I have to hesitate at that because as far as I'm concerned, it only takes one. The way that he describes it with Cindy is this one time, it doesn't matter because Cindy does that with everybody. Cindy's a gross piece of shit with everyone. But his definition of pedophilia is somebody who actually engages with kids physically or gets pictures of the actual children sent to them. I feel like he's being really, really literal and really, really specific over something that he has in the past been much more broad in his definition of. As a matter of fact, in the Ponder Sprocket video he dropped after he swore off of drama, he talks about this very thing.
Go rewatch Ponder's video on Cosmodor. Throughout the video, she downplays what he did, and she even says that he has a chance to make a comeback even though he tried to meet up with a minor and sleep with her.
Cosmodor does have a few good points to bring up, and it's essentially because he's arguing the big faceless audience mob, which he later says he doesn't want to argue, which tends to exaggerate claims to the farthest possible degree. A lot of this is literally just centered around the audience collectively just not understanding the terms that they're using. In this case, the term would be pedophile. Cosmodor is right to call out people calling him this, because they are objectively wrong.
Ponder? He groomed a 15-year-old and sent her lolly and shota. I don't think there's a more fitting word to call someone like that. Unless, of course, you're going in the whole direction of it's a femophilia, not pedophilia, but I really hope that's not the point you're trying to make.
So as you can see, Jar has this habit of moving the goalposts depending on who he's talking to, what their past relationship is, and how much he likes or dislikes them at that given moment. So I don't think that it would be wise for me to just kind of sit here and dismiss a lot of his behaviors as his autism fucking his shit up. But I do think that it is something we need to take into consideration when we look at his behavior. He is this weirdly two-faced individual where at one point he'll be groveling for forgiveness and just begging people to like him. And the next, he's being extremely petty and he's being very passive aggressive towards these people because he was wronged by them. And he talks about that in this call with Yen. He overshares about a lot of shit that really did not need to be relitigated. And I don't think he understands that he doesn't need to readdress every single thing every single time someone talks to him about his drama. He is just so disconnected from the social expectations of where he is, of his community. It doesn't excuse the fact that he is aware of his shortcomings, but he doesn't do anything to address it. If you are in a space where you are not capable of recognizing your faults and understanding why people might get upset with your actions, and then you're sitting here deeply upset, deeply troubled to the point you are crying to a stranger, you need to remove yourself from that space. I have said this since the videos on Jar started, when I first started covering all this shit. I firmly believe he has got to get out of this space. There are so many other things he could talk about online, but I mean, at this point, that's really his only option. His views are in the toilet. His subscriber count dropping every day. He cannot recover this account. And the fact that he keeps readdressing the drama and keeps refreshing it in people's minds, it does not give him time to let people's opinions of him cool off. You know, he doesn't give them a period to just not think about him for a while and then revisit the situation. I think that obviously Jar has made a ton, and I mean a ton with a capital T, of missteps with all of this stuff that he has gotten himself mixed into. Even before Cinny Bear, there have been dramas where he will defend people that really shouldn't be defended. The reasoning he has for that is he's trying to do the right thing, and it's hard to know if what he's doing is right.
I don't want to help anyone again. I don't want to defend anyone ever again. I thought I was doing the right thing, and I wasn't.
That's okay.
Like, I just wanted to do the right thing. I did, but I sometimes it's hard to know what the right thing to do is. I'm trying. Sometimes I do question what is the right thing because life is complicated. I also want to do the right thing, and sometimes I just don't know. I canceled harder than everything. Fuck no. I just don't know what to do sometimes. I want to do the right thing. I want to, and I was trying to be careful.
The problem with that is you are not in a space, if you feel like the right thing is to give the benefit of the doubt to people who are very clearly in the wrong, that's a very sweet way to look at things. But you have a very clear, poor track record of defending people who absolutely under no circumstances deserve your defense, particularly in a case like City Bear. Being in the commentary space means looking at a situation and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and who's in the wrong. It's not about your personal morals on or what you think is right. We are just here to look at, react to, and discuss stupid shit online. Like, this is not the place for you to moral grandstand. If you want a moral grandstand, go talk about politics, or, you know, make a history channel that talks about all the fucked up shit that fucked up people did in the past and how you would never do that. I don't know. This is not the place for that. And I don't think that he understands that. If we're gonna take him at his word here, and, you know, that requires a lot of benefit of the doubt given his tenure of poor choices and poorly worded things, then you have to realize that this is not the space for you any longer. I mean, if you ever reach a point where you are crying to someone you don't know online at 12 o'clock in the morning, I think that you need to get offline for a while, or at the very least, drop all this crazy toxic shit and try and do something else online. There's so many different things you can talk about on YouTube, so many different ways you can get a fresh start. I think that it's silly for Jar to continue on this path the way that he is. But I just wanted to talk about it because I had a lot of thoughts about this call. The whole thing is an hour. It's filled with a lot of awkward and cringe and strange moments of oversharing and odd opinions and a lot of fluctuating emotions. So you have been warned, but I will link it down below. But I'm gonna try and dial back the Jar stuff until he does something else stupid, because if this is really where he is mentally, I don't want to contribute to it. He's getting a lot of heat from everybody. I feel like it's deserved, but if he's been pushed to a point where he's just emotionally busted up, I feel a little bad for the guy. That's just me. And I'm not saying you have to feel bad for him, because again, he has hurt a lot of people and has said and done a lot of fucked up shit. But I think at this point, he has been getting flogged for almost a full year now. And I don't know, if he stops doing shit, I'll stop talking about it. And that's where we're gonna leave that. So I will see you guys in another video. Hope you have a great night. Bye.